in popular culture. So this is one concern with the music industry. Now let's come to the fourth dimension, which is the most important dimension, my dear brothers and sisters. Do you know the effect of the world of music and singing on your mental health? Those who tell you music is good, it uplifts your spirit, it gets you out of depression, I want them to consider this and think about this. The highest rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide are found among who? Among who? Doctors? Doctors are stressed out because if you're a doctor, you work at a hospital, sure, you can get stressed out. It could impact your mental health. But no, doctors don't have the highest rates of depression and suicide. Who has the highest rates of depression, anxiety, and feeling of loneliness in society? Okay, teenagers, they're suffering, definitely. Yes, someone said it. Artists. Musicians and singers have among the highest rates of depression and anxiety in society. These are official statistics. Done in Sweden, 2019, I saw a Swedish report that confirmed this. They said 73% of independent musicians suffered from chronic depression. What's the national average? 20%, 3 times more. 3 times more amongst musicians and singers. Another study was done in the UK by the British government. They looked at rates of depression amongst populations. Now the national average was 19%, which is significant. I mean, 1 out of 5 people is suffering from depression. That's a sad reality that we are experiencing these days. With all of our technology and science, our mental health is getting worse. It's not getting better. But then they looked at subcategories of people. Doctors, engineers, lawyers. And then they looked at musicians and singers. What did they discover? They discovered that 73% of musicians and singers in the UK, they suffer from depression or anxiety or loneliness. How many times more than the national average? More than 3 times. Can you imagine? Now the question is why? Are these guys poor, haram, they're sleeping on the street, they don't have food to eat? They're the richest people. They are the richest of people in society. The musicians, the singers, the famous singers, they have millions if not billions of dollars. There are billionaire musicians today and artists in our time. And you know their names. It's not money. So what is it then? Haram, nobody gives them the spotlight. They have the greatest spotlight. They are the most followed people in the world. On social media, they're the most followed people. What is the problem then? Subhanallah. 14 centuries ago, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam stated, وَكَثْرَةُ الْإِسْتِمَاعِ إِلَى الْغِنَاءِ يُورِثُ الْفَقْرِ. Imam Ali alayhi salam famously stated, prolonged exposure to ghina, singing, leads to poverty. What type of poverty was Imam Ali referring to? Spiritual and psychological and mental poverty. You can have millions, but you're poor. Why? Because you're not enjoying your life, you're not happy, you have the highest rates of depression and suicide and anxiety. Now, I'm not here to judge anyone, my dear brothers and sisters. I'm not here to judge the musicians and the singers and the artists. I am just sharing with you the reality, statistics, the world out there. Don't look at social media, they're smiling and they're acting happy. Most of them are not happy. 73%, these are official statistics. That means out of every 4 musicians and singers, 3 of them, they're not happy. They're stuck in depression. In 2006, there was a very famous singer in France by the name of Diams. I invite you to read her story. It's all on YouTube. You can see the interviews, many articles about this. Very fascinating. Diams